It's question time, Mitch.
Question time. Question
Question
time.
time.
Question time.
Question time. So usually for these questions, we ask each other questions. I decided to ask you a question in advance, so
Yes,
you can do some research for it.
that is true.
I got asked a question the other day from a friend.
Uh-huh.
We were talking about Kelsier. He's on Fortnite, and we are just kind of generally just talking about Mistborn, Brandon
hmm
Sanderson, and all that stuff. And we know that Brando Sando is currently working on a screenplay for Mistborn.
Right.
Mistborn has been auctioned off for the rights have been auctioned off. So it's very possible at some point we will get a Mistborn movie.
hmm
Um, who would you cast in the Mistborn movie?
Great question.
So we talked about this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to say a character, and then we're both going to give our fan cast for them.
Okay.
Okay. Would you
All
like
right.
to pick? Yeah, pick which character we're going to cast first.
Let's go with the one that I didn't really care about.
Okay.
Yeah, Elend.
Elend.
Who do you have?
Eddie Redmayne.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good
Eddie
one.
Redmayne.
So I
That's
chose. I had to look a couple of people up because I didn't know their names.
Sure.
I chose George McKay, who is known for his role in 1917, which was a fascinating movie.
I have seen that one.
Yep, he's the main. He's the main dude.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Not Tommen, because Prince Tommen / King Tommen was the other guy from Game of Thrones.
Gotcha.
Not him, the other guy.
Okay.
So I thought he'd fit the role pretty good. I think it's a pretty forgiving role. Like just about anybody could play it.
Yeah, I think so. I think Eddie Redmayne, though, we've seen him with as Newt Green, Newt whatever, Newt Salamander, and I think he could take a lot of what he used on Newt and bring that to Elend, at least in the first book.
Yeah.
Just kind of be like this dorky but likable guy. Yeah.
I was kind of thinking age range, so I was looking up people that were kind of in that.
That's fair. I do
age.
think that Eddie Redmayne, you can make him look pretty young.
Yeah, I think Eddie Redmayne looks very young for how old he probably is.
Exactly.
For sure.
But yeah, I think you bring a good point. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just with that as well, I thought of like introverted type of person, like kind of quiet, but not like super quiet. And then also could be, because spoiler alert. Actually, I don't know if I'll do a spoiler alert here.
No,
that's spoilers.
No spoils. No
spoilers.
Anything. No.
But let's just say with like action scenes, I also think about like how capable are they of certain things. So
sure.
So that was kind of another thing there.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will pick the next one now.
Okay.
And let's go with the main character herself, Vin.
Okay. So for Vin, I chose Daphne Keene. AKA she's the girl in Logan.
Ah, I see.
And I know she was young in that movie. I think she's about, let's see. She's 16 now. So let's say the movie gets produced in a year or two. She would fit that 17, 18 year, which I think that's how old Vin is.
Yeah.
She would hit that age range.
She's 15 in Final Empire, if I remember correctly.
Right.
So
she would fit that age range. She's got that like fierce, kind of spunky attitude.
Sure. Yeah.
Like she'll freaking rip someone's throat out, but also she can be cute at the same time. That's kind of what I was going with there. Daphne Keene. I didn't know her name until I looked her up for this. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. My turn?
Yeah.
I originally had Daphne Keene.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that is pretty dang close to who Vin is.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone better. I mean, there's probably some good ones, but
So I was gonna say for my second choice, since you've said Daphne Keene, and just to be interesting, I'm gonna say Macy Williams.
Oh, that
Uh,
was my second choice. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
Arya Stark.
that
Yeah,
was another one that was a runner up for me. Yeah.
yeah. All right, cool. Well, I guess we're agreed on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to go any further. Yeah, I think that's exactly. I think those two, either or, would be really good. But yeah, I'd give it to Daphne Keene if I was in charge of casting.
Yeah.
All right. You go ahead and pick the next character.
All right. Let's go with Sazed or Sazed, however you say his name.
I say Sazed.
Yeah. I said Sazed, but now I say Sazed.
Okay.
So you're up.
I gotta look up the guy's name.
Okay. Sazed.
No, what's that guy's name? Okay. Yeah, the guy that I picked is Conleth Hill.
Conleth Hill.
And he played Varys in Game of Thrones, Lord Varys.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I definitely think of him when I read Sazed.
Right.
And like there, I run into a couple problems now because one, Varys like Sazed is a eunuch. So I wonder if like that's why my brain automatically went there.
Right.
But Sazed is very like soft spoken, very introspective, deep in thought and stuff like that. And I think that actor portrayed all of those qualities as Varys in Game of Thrones.
Right.
And I think it'd be cool to see that, but just not as a bad guy, but as a good guy. With Sazed. Right.
Yeah, I can see that. He's kind of got that intelligence factor.
Mm-hmm. And
where he knows everything.
Yeah, and Sazed is kind of like an older guy, and they kind of say he's like not muscular. He's little, like the guy who played Lord Varys. So
yeah.
So that's yeah.
Cool. So I didn't really think of one beforehand, so I'm kind of winging this, but I'm going to give you like the type of person.
Sure.
And that'll give you someone that I think would be okay.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just give you the person I think would be okay first.
Give me the person.
So
yeah.
George Harris is his name. Did not know that until just now. Okay. But he is famous for playing Kingsley Shacklebolt on Harry Potter. Okay. And so I always pictured Sazed as maybe like a Middle Eastern, but I thought of Kingsley because he's always got like.
No, I think that's a good choice. I do think
he's got all of his like he's always done up real well. He's got all of his bling. Looks cool. But yeah, I kind of pictured that. And I was telling you before, I was thinking of those. I don't know. I know it's in Africa somewhere, but it's part of their culture where they have the rings around their neck.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Sazed has like a stretched out neck like they do, but I can see him wearing like a bunch of. I mean, we know he wears a bunch of metal on his body,
mm-hmm.
And so that was something that kind of came to mind as well.
Sure.
So that's kind of where that's coming from.
Yeah. Real quick, my second string for Sazed would be Tom Hanks.
That would be a good one too. Classic.
Yeah. I think Tom Hanks would be really good with the arc of Sazed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he could do that arc really well. Anyways, who do we have next? I
think we should go with the big one. I know there's a lot of side characters.
Sure.
We could do like the Lord Ruler, or we could do like
the Lord Ruler would be good.
Like Breeze. Let's do the Lord Ruler.
Yeah.
And we can probably leave out the other part of the team for now, I guess.
Yeah. I will say for Ham,
one
of the side characters, Jack Black.
Oh. Jack Black for Ham?
Jack Black for Ham.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep.
I'd probably choose someone like what's his name? Dave Bautista for Ham. Just someone that's like UFC, like
Fair.
Not UFC. What was he was like WWE wrestling, I think.
Oh yeah. No, but I agree. I think Jack Black would be a really good Breeze.
Yeah,
I think
I
Jack Black
always
is
pictured Breeze as someone kind of short and pudgy.
sure.
Jack Blackie,
Yeah.
very good sense of humor. It'd be a more serious role for him, so he
Yeah.
wouldn't really be able to unleash his Jack Blackness.
Which is fine. Yeah.
But
I mean,
it would be really good.
it'd be really
That's
good.
a
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
I think he could. I think for Breeze specifically, he can like do that in like more suave ways because especially with Breeze being the soother, like he does make jokes because he's like always soothing people and stuff like that. So I
right.
think Jack Black could do that very well.
Yeah, I think he pulled it off.
Yeah, the Lord Ruler though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I didn't even think about the Lord Ruler.
I kind of did.
Okay.
But not to the extent that I should have.
Okay.
But I would probably go with somebody like, what's his name? He's also in the Harry Potter movies, Lucius Malfoy.
Jason Isaacs.
Jason Isaacs.
That's a good one.
I actually thought of him for Kelsier for a minute.
That's a good one too. That's a good Kelsier.
And I don't think that would be a bad idea.
No, that's a very good.
I think he could pull off both of those roles.
Yeah,
because he's an iconic villain in a lot of things.
Yeah, I agree.
And then he could also be a good guy.
Yeah, but I think that's a good choice either or. Yeah. But for the Lord Ruler, man, I mean, without spoiling anything for the final end, and like, there's a lot you can spoil with the Lord Ruler. Mm-hmm. So I want to kind of try to play it safe. Man, I think it should be the guy who plays King Theoden.
Oh yeah. That'd be good.
Who is he? Who plays?
I picture the Lord Ruler as being a very like attractive person, because right. you get some of these villains that are just like ugly as sin, like the other guy from Lord of the Rings, the one that's like eating the turkey with his Boromir's dad.
Oh yeah,
Faramir's dad. That dude's just a rat. You know,
Bernard Hill is his name. Hill. That's why I think it's difficult to kind of cast the Lord Ruler, and it probably would be better to cast a younger person. But like, the Lord Ruler, this isn't a spoiler. He's the Emperor. He's the bad guy, and he's reigned for 1,000 years. In Mistborn.
Right.
So you kind of have to find a guy who is like old and young and old. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be kind of hard to do that. And I think that's where a good casting director is gonna have to play that one more with like a.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, Orlando Bloom would be an interesting pick. For anybody. He'd fit into the Mistborn. He'd be a good Lord Ruler. He'd be good Kelsier. Maybe one of the crew. Breeze. Clubs.
He could be a good Lord in the other ones.
Yeah, he might be. There was a Set. Mm-hmm. There's a couple other ones. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the big one.
The big one.
Kelsier.
I actually have a few, so.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a 3, 2, 1.
All right. Yeah. Go for it.
So my number 3 is Tom Felton, aka Draco Malfoy.
Okay.
Because he just has like that mischievousness to him.
Okay.
And I kind of put Kelsier in the 35-ish age range, maybe in his 40s.
I kind of think his 40s because,
for a while.
Yeah, and they definitely say that like Vin and Kelsier have like a father
Father-daughter.
daughter
Yeah.
kind of relationship, and
Right.
that like, and they say in the Well of Ascension that Kelsier was old enough to be her father.
Right.
So, but yeah.
But I think he'd be an interesting pick. He's 34, so he'd be a little young, but
Yeah, they could probably make it work.
yeah. All right,
Okay.
go ahead.
Uh,
Or do you want me to do my other ones?
Do your number 2, because I only have one person right now for Kelsier.
Okay. So my number 2 is Christian Bale.
Okay.
I just thought he'd be good.
Yeah,
he's good at everything.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with Christian Bale in a movie.
Okay.
All
yeah,
right.
I agree. Christian Bale would be pretty good. Okay. My only person that I have is Nicolas Coster Waldo.
Oh, Jamie
Lannister.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
That's who, especially if they like, because he's kind of got like gray temples and he's got like grayer hair, but if they give him like the Jamie Lannister like gold hair again,
right?
Because I think that's, if I remember right, that's what Kelsier looks like. He's got like, Goldilocks hair.
Right.
So I think if he did that, I think he would be a great Kelsier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good choice. Jamie Lannister.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would fit in really well. He just fits that, like the physique and everything about it.
Yeah, the physique, yeah. And just, I think the way that he can present himself, and because like Jamie and Kelsier, like they overlap a little bit of like they can both have big personalities. They can both, they kind of can be a little cocky. I don't even say kind of, but they both are cocky. Kelsier is very cocky.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, Kelsier is also like a lot more, like has a lot more ups and downs than Jamie does.
Mm-hmm.
I say that, but I mean, Jamie had his hand cut off. He definitely had his downs. But like, yeah, it'd be very interesting. His
sister.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to see him play Kelsier, and then like, he's like very charismatic, very energetic, very, a personality that just pulls people in, and then like the next scene we can see him like in the dark, just like grieving because his wife is dead, and like that hatred for nobles that Kelsier has. And yeah, anyways, I think, that's my number one choice.
Cool. So I just realized my number 1 was also in Game of Thrones, but I forgot that he was only in for like one season. It is Ed Skrein. I don't know how to say his last name. I know him from Deadpool. He was Francis. And he was also Dario Naharis, the first person to play Dario Naharis in Game of Thrones. Oh. And then he was replaced by another guy. And he was also recently in Dunkirk, I believe.
Okay.
Or no, it wasn't Dunkirk. It was the other one, Midway.
The
other World War II movie that came out.
Yep.
And the reason why I chose him, kind of the same reasons that you chose Jamie Lannister. I don't remember his real name. He's got a weird name.
Yeah.
He's kind of got that cocky attitude, sense of humor, kind of witty, but also like smug.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of, I always picture Kelsier as more of a lighthearted person, even though he's been through a ton of crap. I think that's why he made it through everything he did, is because he's like more of an optimist. Yeah. He wants to see his plan go through, but I kind of thought he would be a good person for that role.
Yeah. Definitely. I think that's an interesting choice. Definitely not one that I thought of, but I can dig it.
He doesn't have a lot of like.
He doesn't have a lot of like
roles.
lead, I was gonna say like a lot of lead man roles.
Yeah.
So like that's why I'm having like kind of a hard time imagining it, but
I really liked him in Midway, and he actually was the lead role in Midway.
Okay, I didn't see Midway. I've seen like all the other World War II movies, but Midway.
Yeah, Midway was good. It's kind of underrated in my opinion.
For sure.
But And I also liked him in Deadpool.
Uh-huh.
Just I don't even know how to explain him in Deadpool, but I mean Ryan Reynolds made that movie what it is. So, but yeah,
I'm gonna send you a picture though of Jamie Lannister, and I mean, you tell me that's not Kelsier though.
yeah. When you told me that, I kind of agree with that more than any of my choices.
For sure. No, but like, there's like, I just saw this one picture of him. I just typed in like the guy's name, and then I just put as Kelsier, and then this first picture shows up, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I do want to say one more thing about this.
Sure.
I like the idea of Jamie Lannister, but I feel like most people know him as Jamie Lannister. It's kind of like how when what's the dude that plays Harry Potter? Daniel Radcliffe. Anytime he's in another movie that's not Harry Potter, I mean, you just can't unsee him as Harry Potter.
For sure, yeah, that's definitely a thing that actors have to work on.
Right, and so I kind of went into, I usually go into most fan casts whenever I'm asked something like this as like, who would be a good person to fit that role and could like own it and make it theirs. Mm-hmm. It's like Robert Downey Jr. He's Iron Man.
Yeah.
Elijah Wood is Frodo. I don't know. There's a lot of other ones too, but
if we can't get
Kit Harington is Jon Snow.
Yeah.
100%.
If we can't get Jamie Lannister to be
yeah, he's Kelsier, man.
Yeah, that's like that picture right there. I'm just like, yeah, that's pretty Kelsier. Then I say we get discount Jamie Lannister, and by that I mean Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah. Two-Face.
Yep.
Hey, do you know who else would be good in Mistborn? Is Bronn from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Jamie Lannister's homie. Actually, it's Tyrion's homie for a while, and then Jamie's homie.
Okay, super random. I don't think either of us thought of this. Cast Spook.
Spook?
Yep.
Ooh. I have no idea.
Because they would never cast this actor in such a small role, Tom Hiddleston. Or not Tom Hiddleston, Tom Holland.
That's a good that's a good one.
He's way too big. Yeah, he's way too big of an actor to play such a small role.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
I don't know, man. I think it's good. Without spoiling anything, I think it's good.
Yeah.
I would say, I don't know. He is it's a small role.
It's a small role up until like the final book, the third book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's like, hey, Tom, we only need you for like 3 weekends for like the first movie. We need you for like 6 weekends on the second one. And then in the third one, we're really going to need you.
Right.
Like, I'm Spider-Man.
You're basically going to cameo the first 2 movies.
Yeah.
And then you can...
I'm Spider-Man. I'm Nathan Drake. I'm kind of a little too busy to just show up for like such a small part. Look, Tommy. Trust me. This is going to be great.
The problem I'm having right now is I don't want to cast someone that's like in everything.
For sure.
And so I want to cast someone that doesn't have like a big role, because there's so many good actors out there that could take on these roles, but they're just not in the mainstream of everything. And so it's hard. I don't know names. That's the problem.
I think my problem right now is I cast way too many Game of Thrones actors.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, you guys were really good in Game of Thrones. How would you like to be in another epic fantasy series? But, oh, man, it's really hard for me not to look at Jamie Lannister and not go, yeah, that's Kelsier.
Right.
The more I look at it, and the more I'm just like, yeah, that's him. Like, so.
He looks like all the renditions of Kelsier.
Yeah.
Any fan art that looks like that. Like kind of a pointy nose and like thin set. But also athletic.
Athletic build. He's got like that good head of hair.
Yeah. I never really pictured him as like blonde, but it probably just straight up says he's blonde in the book, and I just
somewhere. I mean, like every fan art I see of him has blonde hair.
Yeah, I just never really thought of. I never really thought of that aspect. Like, what color is his hair? So I'm just kind of picking and choosing people of like that same body type, that build.
Kelsier is described to be a middle-aged man with hawkish features and light blonde hair.
Kind of like Wit.
Yeah. His most prominent
Wit is supposed to be hawkish as well.
Yeah, his most prominent trademark is the multitude of long scars running down his arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I mean, that'd be really cool to see that.
That would be cool.
Okay. Yeah, so that's the fan cast for Mistborn.
Mistborn Fancast.
Yeah, that was cool.